Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Crafting Corner. I'm Miss Ingram, one of the teachers here at one of the local schools in Linden. I also attend King University for my master's in social work. I'm interested in doing crafting because when I was younger, it was something that I enjoyed doing, and I feel as though it would be something great for kids today to do as well. Today we'll be doing some string art, similar to the one here in this picture. Unfortunately, we don't have one pre-made, but I will be doing the heart just like in this picture here. Some of the materials you're going to need will be a wooden background because we're going to need to nail down nails to hold the string in place, a hammer to put the nails in the wood, paint for you to paint your wood with any color background you want, first paintbrushes, scissors, a pencil, or any type of writing utensil. You might want to use a marker for a bolder look, and a piece of construction paper. And you'll also need yarn as your string, or you can use regular string, tennis shoes, shoelace, something of that sort. But yeah, so we're just gonna jump right in. I'm gonna take blue as my background because that's my favorite color. And I'm going to put it on a plate. And just so you know, all of these things you can purchase at your local crafting store or hardware store. I'm just going to take my paintbrush and paint my wood. You don't want to use a lot of paint while you're painting your wooden piece. So I'm trying to stretch out my wood, but I also want my paint onto my wood, but I also want it to stay in one direction. By using less paint, the faster it'll dry for you. That's why I'm trying to stretch mine out now. And you want to, while painting, you want to try to keep it in the same direction so you don't have any extra runs on your paint, on your wood. You also want to just paint in a back and forward motion so that you can evenly distribute the paint, as well as keep it going in the same direction as well. You also want to grab the edges. You can paint your edges a different color if you want. I'm going to just go ahead and paint mine blue. Almost done. As you can see, the top of it is now fully covered in blue paint. I'm gonna start painting the rest of the edges as well. Just so that it has a good, nice finishing touch to it. Sorry. Make sure all your wood is covered. Don't leave any wood unpainted. As you're going around the edges, again, you wanna continue to stretch out the paint so that it dries faster for you. That way you can just move right along to your stencil afterwards. And after you're done with your stencil, it's faster for you to put in your nails. Like so. Now we're gonna put our wigs to the side. So, just so you can see, all my edges, oh, sorry, this part is not done. But most of it is. We're just gonna finish that up, just like so. Make sure you check that all your edges are covered completely. Like so. And then we're going to move this to the side so we can make our stencil. I'm going to do a heart shape. I'm gonna take my construction paper and fold it in half, like a book. Depending on what shape you might want to use, you might want to fold your heart, your construction paper the other way. But because we're doing a heart, I'm doing it the shorter way. I'm gonna take my pencil and along the folded edge, I'm just gonna draw half a heart. And like I said, if you want to make your outline a little darker, you can do it with a pen, marker instead. I have half heart here. Now we're just gonna cut out half that part. And if you're not allowed to use scissors, make sure you ask your parent to cut it for you. So, doesn't really look, it looks like a heart, but not to my liking, so I'm just gonna fold it back and cut it a little bit more. Like so. I'm going to use this heart, a pre-cut heart, because it's a little bit bigger, the green heart. I'm going to use that one. Once your wood is done drying, you want to just bring that back in front of you. Find this and dry, so we're going to fan it a little bit just to make sure, or help it dry a little bit faster. So I'm gonna let that dry a little bit longer and pick out my yarn in the meantime. So like I stated before, you can buy yarn at your local crafting store, or any other, I know a couple of supermarkets may sell it. You can also purchase it from there as well. In this bag, I have a couple of different colors. I'm gonna use my multicolored brown one. It's like 4 different color browns in this piece of yarn. So I'm gonna use that one because it looks pretty cool. But there's also other colors you can use, like I'm sorry, it's called variated yarn. It comes with pink and purple. Then it has like a pink, green, and brown one mixed in. I also have a red, green, and white for like Christmas colors if you want to do that one as well. Check on my wood again, see if it's dry a little bit more. But this bag right here is a leftover collaboration of yarn, collection of yarn, I'm sorry. Now for our next part, you definitely, if you're not over a certain age and your parent may not want you to use nails and sharp objects or a hammer, you might want to grab your parent to help you with this one, but we're gonna take our nails. We're gonna need a couple of nails depending on how big your shape is. And these nails are like 1 inch nails. Just gonna pour a couple on the table. You're gonna take your stencil that you drew and your construction paper and place it in the middle of your wood, like so. Then you're gonna take your first nail, place it at the top to hold your stencil in place. And you can also use tape to hold your stencil in place as well. So I'm gonna use tape. To help hold your stencil before you nail it down. Then you can take your like so. It's not centered completely, but you know, as close as you can get it to being centered, or wherever you may want the stencil to be, or your artwork to be. And you're just gonna take one of your nails, or your parent is gonna take your nail, and simply put the nail in the nails about a ½ inch away from each other around your stencil. You want to make sure it's in there good, that way you don't have it coming out later on. Just making sure it's not coming through the other side. And your first nail is in. And again, make sure it's not coming through the other side. You also want it to be halfway through the wood. Your nail is going to be halfway through the wood. You just continue on around the stencil. Remember to keep your nails halfway apart. ½ inch to ½ inch apart. This is why you need an adult to do it. sure that your nails are also the same at the same height. You don't want to have one too high or too low. And that they're spaced out at an even space. You don't want them too far apart, but you also don't want them too close together, because then your shape might not form the way you need it to form. Or your picture may not come out the way you want it to come out. Now, if you are going to hammer your nails in by yourself, please be very careful, because you don't want to end up hammering your finger. So I'll be back as soon as I finish with all the nails, because it's very, very noisy. And we'll pick back up from there.